So let's face it, you have to be living under a rock if you do not realize that we have a crazy housing market and mortgages, if you can obtain one, the interest rates are insane. So you're thinking, I'm going to sell my property contract for deed and help some people out who can't get a conventional mortgage. Or I'm going to buy a piece of property contract for deed because I'm in a situation where I really can't find anything because let's face it, houses are going for over listing price. Apartment rentals are going for over asking price. So a contract for deed seems like a win-win for everybody. Not necessarily the case. I've been doing them for 30 years. If you'd asked me 2 years ago what the pros and cons were of a contract for deed, I'd have a definitive answer. The pandemic has changed a lot of that. Every situation with a contract for deed is different. What's really important is before you enter one into a contract for deed, whether you're the owner of a piece of property or you're the person who's going to be purchasing contract for deed, is to talk to an attorney, and not an attorney who just does contracts for deeds occasionally or has only recently started doing them. Somebody who's been doing them for a long period and has seen the fluctuation in the housing markets, the housing market crash of '08, and the fluctuation in interest rates. The one downside I will tell you, if you're the seller for a contract for deed, and the answer I would have given 2 years ago was don't do it, particularly if you're the person who owns the property, is this. If you sell contract for deed and the people who are living in the property, let's say home you own, don't make their payments, you're essentially back in the position of a landlord trying to evict somebody from a piece of property. So you may be spending more money in the end, which is why it's important to talk to an attorney who regularly practices in the real estate area and go through all your options. Every situation is different. I'm doing it for a long time, so feel free to call me. I'm Barb Sherer, the principal at Sherer Law Offices. You can look at my website at shererlaw.com or call me at 692-6656. I understand it's difficult to find housing right now. I'm hearing it constantly. We are here to help.